Okay. So, hi everybody. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. And today we're going to talk all about water. Last week was really amazing because we talked to Sasha from Sasha Natural Living, and she helped us navigate how to clean up our food, our cleaning products, well, our personal care products especially. And she gave us some amazing tips, some great apps to make it simple. And so if you didn't watch that, I'm sharing it with everybody. It's full of information because the truth is we have to minimize the toxic soup that we're in as much as we can. So we don't want to contribute to it by buying products, using cleaning products that are interfering with our endocrine system. So that's our hormone system. Our hormones dictate everything. So, the whole title was, are your cleaning products or personal care products making you fat? And, the answer is really yes, if you're not paying attention to certain chemicals. So we wanted to talk about water today because I often, well, every single consultation, every single time I work with somebody, we talk about water and what are they bathing in? What are they drinking? What are they brushing their teeth with? These are things that are so vital because we don't think about what is in the water is getting into our body and causing the same endocrine disruption. So this is something that is vital because even like with kids, bathing your kids, I have a client, and her son, was diagnosed with autism and he's 4 years old and he loves taking baths. That was something that would relax him, but she wasn't filtering the bath water. And when we got his hair test back, he had very high levels of cadmium, arsenic, and in addition to other heavy metals that were just coming out of his body. So mom cleaned up a lot of the cleaning products, detergents. She started filtering the bath water and the drinking water. So we made some really huge changes. So more to come because we're actually on the second hair test for him. So I invited Evan Pescatore, and he's going to tell us about what he does. He's an expert, and he's going to share with us all the things so that we know what to do as far as what are the first steps. So, Evan, just why don't you just tell us what you do and your expertise, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, sounds good, Sheila. Thanks. I appreciate it. My name is Evan. I'm the general manager of a water treatment company called Purfect Water Solutions. Operate in a large territory over 7 states. I've been in water treatment over 10 years. It's a great industry. It's a great business. We're helping people out, and I'm going to be doing water treatment forever. So, one of the main reason why it's such a good industry is because of the state of our water quality now. Okay, it's not good, and it's not getting any better. No one's coming to fix it. So, basically, the reason for this is lack of resources and political motives, but we're still living from the same water laws that were established over 50 years ago. So basically, as far as well water, is just raw water coming from the ground. So that's susceptible to any type of runoff. City water, people are under the impression that it's made safe, it's filtered, things like that. All that the municipalities are essentially doing are taking raw water from the ground, whether it comes from a lake, a river, a reservoir, a series of wells, and they shock it like a swimming pool, and then they ship it out to homeowners using a variety of chlorine and other disinfectants. What that will do is kill bacteria in there so we don't get sick from things like E. coli and coliform, fecal matter, whatever it may be. But there's really no remediation of contaminants. So a water municipality is nothing more than a business with one goal to turn a profit. So they want to make all they need to do is make sure that the water is abiding by the laws that were established 50 years ago, and that's it. There's nothing else in there to make the water safe. It's just a business. So, really, the amount of contaminants that are in our water is really mind blowing. I'm actually going to pull a report up for you that
Mhm.
shows exactly what is in your water. So, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Environmental Working Group, but
I
you could
am.
actually go to, they have something called a tap water database where you
Hmm.
can plug in your zip code and see the contaminants in your water. Have you guys ever done that?
Um, I actually no, I haven't. I've heard about looking up your water in your area, but I didn't know, do you go through environmentalworkinggroup.org?
Yeah. I mean, I can show you if you want me to share my screen, I could take you
Yeah.
through what some samples of what can be in somebody's water.
Mm-hmm. Are you able to share it on your end?
Yes.
Okay, good. So it's safe to
Oh,
say
give
that
me
the
one
water
sec.
is not make the water that we are currently, if we were just drinking tap water, and then I'll ask you this too, like a lot of people that I work with, they don't necessarily drink straight tap water, but they say they have a filter on their refrigerator.
Hmm.
And so that I'd want to ask you, like, how much is that filtering out contaminants? Because we want to make the water healthy for us, not like just not to get sick, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, a fridge filter or a Brita, I mean, listen, it's better than nothing if you consistently or constantly change it, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that are getting through that. So what that is a
Okay.
very small carbon filter. Can you guys see my screen?
It's you're sharing your screen,
Yeah.
um, but I
What
don't.
about this?
Oh, there you go. Got it.
Okay. So yeah, I'll go through different types of filtration with you. First, I'll give you an idea of how to look up what's in your water. Okay,
Great.
first of all, any professional water treatment company can come out and test, but you need a certified laboratory to be able to actually see all the contaminants and things like that. So, what
Okay.
you can do is, what I urge everybody to do is go to ewg.org, like you said, Sheila. Then, what
Mm-hmm.
you do is you're looking for here tap water database.
Okay.
Okay, super easy. Search by zip code. Do one of you guys want to give me a zip code to look at?
You want to do yours, Stacy, or
Sure. Yeah. It's
okay.
your, you could do yours. Go ahead, Sheila.
Oh, 07740. Just do Long Branch.
The same one that I have. Yep. All
Okay.
right. So search. All right. So first, you make sure that this is the um, utility that they're using. So New Jersey American, okay, serves this amount of people, whatever. So there's 35 total contaminants in the water that raise alarm. Out of the 35, 18 of them exceed what the environmental working group considers to be a serious health risk. It exceeds the level. Okay, so you can scroll down and it'll give you the contaminants that are in the water. So, for example, arsenic. Obviously, everything says potential affect cancer, but arsenic is 48 times. What that means is 48 times the safe limit according to the environmental working group.
Wow.
Um, Bromeo-dichloromethane. So this is just real quick. The issue with chlorine is that, yes, it will kill bacteria, but chlorine is highly toxic. And when chlorine oxidizes bacteria, these cancer-causing what are called disinfectant byproducts are formed in the water. So a chemical reaction happens and these other contaminants are created from the chlorine. Okay, and that's what this is: bromeo, dichloromethane, chlorite, chloroform. That's what all those are. But you can see that, bromeo dichloromethane is 178 times what the safe limit should
Wow.
be. And again, look, there's no legal limit. So the
Mm-hmm.
government's not even monitoring for these things because they're not forced to. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
the government, I'm sorry, the water municipalities, again, being a business, they don't even have to pay attention to this cancer causing contaminant. Okay.
Wow.
So you can scroll through, I mean, chromium. And honestly, Sheila, our water compared to other places that I see in New Jersey isn't even that bad. So believe it or not, as far as what I've seen, this is on the lower end,
Wow.
considered the safer water. But chromium, 2.5 times. That's the same contaminant from that movie Aaron Brockovich in Flint, Michigan. It's coming from industrial runoff, things like that. Still in our water today. I mean, haloactic acids, 233 times. So PFH, PFNA, PFOS, these are the forever chemicals.
Yep.
Um, this is a epidemic going on in our country.
Mm-hmm.
It's in everything. basically.
Mhm.
Anything flame retardant or non-stick, or your Teflon. It's in children's toys, it's in cheap rugs and carpeting, it's on cheap sofas, all of that stuff. So it's in
Mhm.
our water. It's called forever chemicals, and they call it forever chemicals because once it enters your body, it's extremely hard to get rid of them. And it's found in polar bears in the North Pole. It's everywhere. um, if you scroll down,
Mhm.
it'll start talking about what type of filtration will remove or at least address these things.
Okay, that's good.
Um, so you can fish through that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen,
Okay.
but you go to ewg.org
Okay.
and you can pull up all of the contaminants in your water, and then it does make recommendations on how to target them.
Okay. Now, so you were getting back to, does these filters, so they don't fully get rid of those kind of chemicals that you're talking about that may be in tap water, like a refrigerator filter or Brita, like it's better than nothing, but is it really getting your water healthy?
No, so a Brita or fridge filter, it will reduce chlorine. It will reduce some of those chlorine disinfectant byproducts. It will reduce certain heavy metals. It's certainly not going to remove or reduce PFAS. The main thing that it won't attack at all are your nitrates, your fertilizers, your pesticides, the glyphosate, all of that fun
Mm,
stuff. That needs a special type of treatment to get through it. So anybody who's drinking out of a fridge filter or a Brita is certainly consuming fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, things like that, unfortunately,
hmm.
you know. And the gist of it is, listen, with the issues that are in the water now, unfortunately, you can't fix the water with a $30 filter this big. Okay. So what we do and what a lot of companies do, what you need, what every single person in my family has without question, um, is two things. So there's a lot of different types of filtration out there. I'm not going to get technical with it. I'm going to keep it very brief. We could obviously have another call and jump back into very technical stuff, but you know what you really need is full house water treatment because, like you mentioned before, Sheila, a lot of these things are absorbed through the skin. Um, Not only contaminant absorption through the skin, but what actually affects the skin and the hair, the state of your skin and hair. The
Mm,
water is causing a lot of the reason for going to a dermatologist, a psoriasis, the eczema. Obviously, diet plays a massive part in the skin
sure.
health, but the water quality exterior on the skin will aggravate it significantly. Hard water will clog your pores. The natural oils are not able to come out of your pores, and it causes all types of issues. The chlorine is being rapidly absorbed through the skin straight into the bloodstream, as are many other contaminants. Things like fertilizers will aggravate the skin, the hair. So it all attributes to hair loss, acne, psoriasis, eczema, dry, itchy skin, factors of untreated water. So the whole house will obviously, it's going to address most of the contaminants. It's going to reduce or remove thousands of them. Okay,
Hmm.
making the water safe to shower, um, making the skin and the hair better. And what people don't realize is the financial savings that a full house water treatment system will also provide. Um, Meaning that, well, you're no longer buying bottled water. Okay. And we'll touch on bottled water. I think you guys are fully aware of the microplastics and the other contaminants in there. I don't think that's a secret.
Yeah,
So bottled water,
I was gonna ask about that because I think we all know the answer, but actually, I don't know if everybody really knows the answer because it's kind of like people say, oh, I get Poland Spring, and because they don't have a filter, and so they don't realize, and again, I saw a documentary on this, but I can't speak to it. Like, I don't even know where that water is coming from. Something
yeah,
like
no,
it.
absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, if you get anything, do not get Poland Spring, please. Okay. I've seen lab tests. I've been doing this over 10 years. I've seen lab tests on everything. Okay. Poland Spring and Deer Park. There's nothing worse than that. It's the cheapest source. It's the cheapest sourced water that there is. It is coming from China and things like that. It is not good. So basically, what happens is they do pull it from springs and wells and stuff like that. It does have minimal filtration. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I find all types of stuff in bottled water. Again, going back to the lead, heavy metals, fertilizers. The other issue is um, the plastic. So everybody, there was a whole BPA craze. Oh, it's BPA free. It's BPA free. Well, they put that on the bottle. That's fine. But then there's other um, chemicals from the plastic that are still leaching into the water, the dioxins, the PVC. There's literally thousands of them. And then how long has that water been sitting on the truck? Was it exposed to sunlight? All factors that contribute to the rapid release of contaminants into the water.
Mm-hmm.
So what's bottled water doing for you? It's, first of all, it's only getting more and more expensive. Um, you're buying this stuff, you're lugging it around, your recycling is overflowing, you're killing the environment, and in return, you're drinking microplastics and contaminants. Um, the average family, first of all, they're not even cooking with bottled water. They might just be drinking it. So they're cooking with tap water. But even if you're just spending $50 a month on bottled water for your family, without the price of bottled water going up, which it is, that's $18,000 over the next 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why wouldn't you just reallocate a small portion of that to a full house water treatment system, get rid of that bottled water bill?
Yeah.
Then on top of that, you're going to triple the lifespan of your water heater, your dishwasher, your washing machine. You basically throw your plumber's number away at that point. No leaky pipes, burst pipes. Your kid's eczema goes away. Like, I can speak from experience because, my daughter, who's 4 now, never had any of that diaper rash or the baby acne or any of that stuff that all my friends' kids has. That's been written off as normal. It's not normal for kids to have
Right.
rashes.
That's
It's
right.
not normal. So again, other factors, diet majorly
Sure.
contributes. You guys are fully aware of that, but the water quality is everything too. Um,
And they're
so
probably like those glass water bottles, like Icelandic or
Icelandic is probably the better one. Fiji's
yeah,
pretty good too, but it's plastic. I mean,
it's
Mountain
plastic.
Valley glass and Icelandic glass bottled. Yeah, that's great. That's good
But
water.
but you're not going to take a
But
shower in it. Like that would be pretty expensive to be.
and if you're gonna cook and clean with that only, you're spending $300-400 a month on it.
Right. So it's good if you're like, listen, I want to have something on the go, or like if you're out and you don't have your filtered water stainless steel cup with you. Yeah, that's and actually some of those mineral waters can be a good add-on to add minerals into your body, but ultimately it's not sustainable. Like we need to the whole house filter sounds like the best way. Do you also recommend, and it depends, I guess, on the house and where you're going and what the budget is, but like under point of entry filters too?
So yeah, the systems are installed at the water main. So right when your water comes into your house, it
Hmm.
is running through a very large tank. I mean, ours are almost 6 feet tall and 10 inches in diameter. And generally, what's in there are two things: a very, very high grade carbon that's going to remove a lot of the contaminants, thousands of them. And then also in there is usually a water softener to take the minerals out of the water because you don't want that stuff on your skin and hair. Then
Hmm.
what we also put in is a second type of filtration at the sink. It is it's called a remineralized reverse osmosis system. So the process of reverse osmosis, sorry, I got calls pouring in. The process of reverse osmosis is the only process that will actually eliminate everything from the water. It'll
Hmm.
strip the water down, but
Yep.
obviously you don't want to drink water that's stripped down to nothing. So then a final step is it puts back the minerals, the potassium, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, etc.
Hmm.
And then in the process of doing so makes the water alkaline. So that's really what you want for your drinking and cooking water is a remineralized reverse osmosis system. And
Hmm.
for your full house, if you have city water, you want some type of carbon based water softener.
Hmm.
Now, if you have well water, there could be a whole bunch of other issues that
Okay.
may need to be addressed.
Wow, this has been, I'm overwhelmed. I think it's, but in a good way. Like this is great information. I knew a lot of this, but I love how this you're really explaining it so well, Evan. And so my question would be too, what would somebody's first step be like if they would call you or call your company and then somebody, do you water test their current water and then give them a recommendation based on what's going on in their house?
Exactly. So, our company comes out to the house. We usually test in the house for hardness levels, chlorine levels, nitrates, heavy metals, iron, pH, things like that. We do a plumbing analysis. We can test the water through fridge filters, things like that, based
Mhm.
on what the family's goals are and what the water quality is. We can make recommendations on what you need to remediate these issues. Um, we sell when it comes to water treatment, there is a lot of stuff out there, especially online. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
my main recommendation is to buy water treatment equipment from an actual water treatment company. When you buy something online, there's no one to help you. And these things are it's something that needs to be serviced. Okay.
Mhm.
And you want to know that if something leaks or the water quality doesn't seem right or the way it should be, that the company will come out, test the water, fix the issues, things like
Mhm.
that. So other things in life, it's great to buy online and stuff like that. I am guilty of that, but with water treatment equipment,
Mhm.
not a good idea. Okay.
So like even going somewhere like, I mean, and I'm like, if I'm just not knowing this, that's why I'm asking, like go to Home Depot and they sell filters, for whole house or whatever. Is that something that is not really advisable from your perspective? I mean, of course, your company is going to do it better. I'm just curious if people have made a big mistake by doing things like that.
Yeah. Actually, now that you say that, so our company, Perfect Water Solutions, is actually the water treatment provider for over 100 Home Depots
Oh,
across
okay.
Maryland. Yeah, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Virginia, Ohio, uh, a large territory.
Okay.
Um, so Home Depot does two things. They sell water treatment equipment off the shelf, and then they have official water treatment providers, which is what we are.
Okay.
Um, Buying equipment off the shelf is not a good idea because then you have to find a local plumber to install it. Okay, what
Hmm.
happens if the thing leaks? You're really speculating whether it's working or not. You really have no clue what's coming through there.
You're guessing. You're
Yeah,
guessing.
you have no idea. You have
Hmm.
no idea if it's working or not. A water treatment company will actually come out every year and test your water.
Excellent.
Um, they come out. There's maintenance that needs to be done. I mean, think about it. These water treatment equipment's working 24/7, 365 days a year. There could be issues, and
Mhm.
you need to know that they're being fixed. And you want to know with 100% certainty that it's removing what it's supposed to remove. Not to mention that equipment off the shelf will these things die. Most of it's made overseas with very cheap components. And when that dies, there's absolutely no warranty to exercise and things like that. To be honest, I could work for any of these water treatment companies. I chose the company that I work for now because it's a lifetime warranty on all equipment.
Wow.
So it's a permanent solution in your house
Mhm.
and or business. We do commercial jobs too and things like that. But
Mhm.
um, it's a permanent solution. Anything goes wrong, we come out, we fix it. You're not charged for it, things like that.
It's amazing. I didn't,
Yeah.
that's really important for people to know, like, because I think that we have this false sense of security. And I just comparatively, there's a lot of people that go to the health food store and they just pick up supplements off the shelf thinking, this will cover me. This multivitamin
Yeah.
maybe, right? Or, oh, I read about turmeric and this might reduce my inflammation. And they start taking this and they have this false sense of security that they're covering their nutritional deficiencies when they're really not. And so similarly, I can go buy a water filter from even if it's, something off the shelf and it's a little bit more expensive than a Brita, and I'm assuming that my water is actually clean or healthy for me. And I'm not even thinking about what am I cooking with? What am I taking showers in? And what am I bathing my kids in? And I'm really glad you brought up the psoriasis. I actually have somebody that I'm gonna tell this to, who's been struggling with some reoccurring psoriasis despite doing a lot of the things, and that
Yep.
might be the key. So
Awesome.
yeah, that's awesome. I think I do you have anything else to add? Like, where should they? Where should I send people, if people watching the video, where should they go to reach your company? I'll put the link in the
Uh, I
link.
mean, you could reach out to me directly. I mean, the company is Purfect Water Solutions, Purfect Water.
Okay.
Um, the headquarters is in Delaware. Again, we operate in about 7 states right now.
Mm-hmm.
Headquarters is in Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
We have representatives all over. So if anybody wants anybody to come out, but if anybody just wants to chat, obviously, we're friends, Sheila. You're more
Mm-hmm.
than welcome to give me a call on my cell anytime if you want to discuss what kind of filtration you have in your house. I'll give you my honest opinion. That's not the worst thing. You got to get rid of that immediately, whatever the situation is.
You're going to be
There's pretty
honest.
much, yeah, there's pretty much no area where I don't know the water quality in either.
Okay.
You can give me it's actually kind of bizarre. So you can give me a random town in a random state, and I probably know the water quality there. This is obviously 10 years of my life dedicated to this, and I love it.
Uh-huh.
So, Sheila, feel free to share you on my cell phone. Feel free to share my cell phone number with anybody. And
Perfect.
if you guys have any questions at all, give me a shout. And I'd be
All
happy to
right.
hop back on whenever you need me and answer any
I'm
questions. And
looking through some of the questions that were people asked, and I think we really did cover everything. Um and you talked about chlorine and fluoride, and is there fluoride in our water?
yep, there's fluoride in the water.
Yeah.
You do not want that.
Uh,
So
I didn't think there
you do not.
was fluoride in New Jersey.
No, there's still fluoride there. I mean, Kennedy's working on having it removed and things like that. But yeah, no, there's fluoride. Yep, they add it to the water.
Oh, you know
Okay.
why? I'm thinking probably Colts Neck because I was in well water. That's probably why I
Then
was
there's no
thinking.
fluoride in your well water.
Okay,
Yep,
so right, but
yep,
if you're on town water, then it does have fluoride.
correct. Yep.
Okay.
And fluoride and the bromide, chlorine, they all displace iodine, which iodine is necessary for functions in your body. One is thyroid function. And we have an actual epidemic of people being deficient in iodine. And as a result, people can get breast cancer, uterine cancer, thyroid dysfunction, hypothyroid, and many more. So I'm not the expert on thyroid. There's a really great book on thyroid, on iodine, sorry. Um, and I'll put it in the notes because that way I can't, I'm just like drawing a blank. But I was just having this conversation with a biological dentist, and he was saying how fluoride is destroying the iodine, which actually makes you smart. So when a woman's pregnant, for example, if she's taking iodine, the right kind of iodine at a certain dose, you can actually greatly increase the intelligence of your child. So it's a big deal. We are dumbing down as a society with all these chemicals, and heavy metals are making us our brain's not functioning properly. So it's really important, and I'm so excited about this conversation. And Evan, thank you so much for your time. I know you're super busy, and I hope that people will be drawn to you. And I'm definitely going to be recommending they reach out to you.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'm always here to answer any questions you have. And you guys have a great day. Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Evan. You
you.
All
too.
right. Take
Take care.
care.
Thanks.
Bye.